Beloved, pause and take a slow breath right where you are. I see you. No matter what chaos swirls around you, I am here, placing my hand gently over your heart as you listen. These words are not a coincidence, not just another moment in your day. They are a divine announcement, an invitation with eternal weight. I have watched you long for a sign, waiting for reassurance that you have not been forgotten in the noise or bypassed by blessing. My child, this is your moment. My voice calls out not to frighten you, but because I love you and cannot remain silent as the hour draws near. Let my words settle upon you, catching the questions and aches that live just beneath your surface. You can feel it, can't you? That trembling in your chest, the sharp ache or hope rising as you take this in. I know the prayers you have whispered in the depth of night, the longing for peace, the cry for a breakthrough, the ache to be seen and known without fear of shame or judgment. Every tear you have shed, even the ones you brushed away before anyone could notice, has caught my attention. I have been nearer than your own breath, holding you when you thought you were alone, sheltering your heart in my compassion. Time is not what it seems from your view. You measure with clocks and calendars, but I see beyond minutes and hours. I see destiny, calling, opportunities that bear your name, waiting for your response. The season of delay you believed would always stretch forward is folding in. Doors that once stood open are shifting on their hinges, and the familiar paths are changing. I do not speak to intimidate, but to awaken you before opportunity passes and blessing is shut away, not from punishment, but from the natural winding down of a season. The world may tell you there's always tomorrow. I tell you, today is holy. Let these words fill your senses, the quiet of the room, the warmth of my presence settling around you, the gentle but urgent invitation in my voice. For too long, distractions have wrapped themselves around your mind, whispering that your struggles do not matter, that your prayers are echoes lost in the void. That is a lie. Every pain, every restless hour, every longing for a sign has drawn me near. Heaven is silent now, holding its breath, watching as you stand at a threshold you may not fully see. Little one, you are on the edge of everything I have prepared, a blessing trembling to be born, a promise longing to be fulfilled. You've wondered if anyone truly sees you. Some days you feel invisible, masked by strength or buried in duty and exhaustion. Yet even in your unseen moments I have wrapped you in grace. When your courage faded and the world seemed to press in with confusion, I stood by your side, patient and attentive. Even now my spirit stirs within you, that fluttering inside your soul, a gentle announcement that this is real, that this is for you, and that my love has not diminished or grown weary. You may object. Why now, Lord? Why must I act before I feel secure or sure? The answer is simple. Delayed obedience carries a cost. I have waited, I have whispered, I have reached for you in dreams, in quiet nudges, in moments when you felt pulled out of your routine for reasons you could not name. Sometimes you brushed them off, sure another day would come, that a better time would appear. But this is the time. This is the mercy before the silence, the last embrace before a door closes that I never wanted to close. My child, now that your spirit begins to awaken to the fullness of my intentions, I must bring you into a greater understanding of what I am truly doing in your life. My beloved, every second of obedience opens a gate for my presence to move in ways you cannot yet see. Every second of delay builds walls that keep out what your soul most deeply craves. I am not measuring you by your accomplishments or failures. In my eyes, surrender is the posture that releases all I have for you. Let go of the myths. Strength is not required here, only willingness. In your surrender, the chains fall, the confusion lifts, and the fears begin to lose their grip. Feel the pause in this moment, a sacred exchange. My peace for your panic, my certainty for your confusion, my rest for your striving. You have asked for a sign, a tangible assurance that I have not forgotten you. Consider the quiet nudges you've felt, the times you almost left this page but stayed out of curiosity, the moments when your heart softened unexpectedly, or when the sight of light breaking a shadow gave you hope again. All these are proof that I still reach for you. They are signs that heaven's hand is guiding your path, and that there is still purpose written for your name. My child, this word is not meant for everyone passing by or lost in the blur of the day. This is for you, the one who has felt the strange pull, the restless ache, the longing for something more. I am drawing you close, stripping away the pretense and the masks you've worn to protect yourself from disappointment. This is mercy calling you before another delay steals your joy, before regret can linger and shape your story, before hope becomes a memory instead of a present possibility. Will you sit with me for these holy minutes? Will you let go of the impulse to hide behind strength or busyness? I ask not for perfect understanding, only for your heart to be open, your spirit still enough to let my words settle deep inside you. There is time now, but it is not endless. As you sit in the hush of this moment, let my spirit pour over you like living water, washing away fear, soaking you in the gentle certainty that you belong to me. Hold on to that small hope that flickers within. It is the signal that you are seen, known, and cherished far beyond what you dared to believe. Let us linger here a breath longer. Rest your hand over your heart. Feel each beat as a testament that you are sustained by my love and mercy. Even as doubts swirl, can I really trust this? Is change even possible for me? Know that I am patient, steady, unthreatened by your uncertainty. I only ask for your yes, your smallest turn in my direction. This is the gift I offer, a way out of confusion, a promise of presence and a peace that is not of this world. The choice is yours. Stay with me, for I am right beside you. I know every unrest that lingers when your thoughts begin to race and the day feels unsteady before it has truly begun. The quiet space where you wake is holy because I draw close to you there. In that stillness, let your heart remember that you are never alone. Even as worry presses upon your chest or you wonder whether what lies ahead is too great, pause and notice my presence right here. The warmth that settles around you is not chance. It is my embrace designed to steady your breath. When doubt whispers about your inability or your limits, feel my reassurance. You are not defined by yesterday's failures or today's uncertainties. Bring your anxieties to me as if you were setting them carefully beside you, one by one. Do not fear that you tire me. I am not impatient with your questions, nor do I grow weary from your searching. As you invite me into your internal struggles, you make room for my peace to take root where agitation once grew. Rest in the knowledge that my understanding is limitless, meeting the depths of your fears with endless compassion. Even when you believe you are too much or too little, I remind you that you are exactly who I purposed, and what burdens you now cannot silence the call I have placed within you. There is power in gratitude that surpasses mere words recited by rote. Every moment you notice beauty, a shaft of morning light, the smile of one you love, breath that fills your lungs. Let your spirit respond with thankfulness. Gratitude shifts your heart's attention from what is missing to what is already present, and in this turning, you receive fresh perspective. My gift to you each morning is not only endurance, but also the possibility for wonder and renewal. Today, choose even the smallest act of giving thanks as an offering. In that, you unlock a measure of joy unseen in your striving. If you feel you are waiting for circumstances to improve before you can hope, hear me, now is the time to begin. I do not require that you have perfect clarity before you step forward. Trust grows in those moments where you surrender your need to control outcomes and allow room for my leading. When you meditate on what frightens you, let that reaction become an invitation for me to intervene. Speak to me honestly about your needs and your fatigue. Hold nothing back. Our intimacy deepens not because you hide your struggle, but precisely because you share it. Notice how, in stillness, your heart finds a beat in harmony with my own. When you pull away from the demands and expectations pressing around you, you discover that my voice is gentle and steady. Dare to quiet the noise, for just a breath, and sense me strengthening those places within you that feel brittle. My promise is not that all storms will vanish instantly, but that you will find shelter and resilience as you face them with me. I am the steady hand on your shoulder, grounding you in identity and purpose even when chaos shouts for your attention. Beloved, you do not need to carry what was never meant for your shoulders. Release your fear that you have missed something essential or fallen behind. In my timing, there are no wasted days. Every moment, even those that seem lost or ordinary, is shaped by my wisdom and saturated with my presence. Let humility be your courage. Acknowledge your need for me and see how freedom grows in the soil of surrender. As you yield your timeline and expectations, lean into trust that I am orchestrating far more than you can yet perceive. Within your family, in the friendships you nurture and the silent hopes you carry for them, invite me to be the one who guards and unites. When you worry about their choices or futures, remember that my love encompasses them more fully than your concern ever could. Whisper their names to me not out of helplessness, but from bold trust that I am attentive to every detail. As you lay down the illusion that you must fix everything, receive the relief of knowing that my hands are mighty to protect, console, and renew those you love. Let this day be marked not by striving, but by attunement to my movement in your ordinary routines. Where you feel overlooked or undervalued, hear me tenderly naming you. You are mine, seen, cherished, called forth. No hidden place in your heart can keep me at bay, and no failure can undo my affection. Continue choosing trust, one step at a time, knowing each step draws you deeper into the fullness of all I desire for you. The doors that seem sealed are not the measure of your future. My unfolding guidance is nearer than you know. If your mind circles back to regret or cycles of comparison, gently bring your attention to the present. This moment, right where you are, holds the opportunity for a new beginning. I am not only the God of distant victories, but of quiet, small renewals. Adjust your posture from striving to receiving. Let the weight slip from your shoulders. Even a single breath of quiet trust planted now will, in time, bloom into a harvest of peace that sustains you far beyond today. There is more to reveal, more for you to discover as you open yourself to my presence. Remain with me as the day unfolds, and allow my truth to rewrite every line the world has told you about your limits. Where your eyes see only smallness or delay, I see preparation, growth, and a destiny that cannot be derailed. My voice calls you onward, not through pressure but through promise. Draw nearer, child, and see what new mercies I am ready to unfold. In these quiet and open moments, I draw near to you not only as the author of your days, but as the gentle companion who delights in seeing you wake to the reality of my nearness. As sunlight spreads softly over your space, I am whispering assurance that you do not walk this road alone. The ache for clarity or companionship that sometimes tugs at your heart, bring that to me. When your mind races with the weight of unfinished tasks or old regrets, I am already present, offering rest within the storm. Pause, inhale the air in this room, notice how you're held. Now, always, I am holding you. There's no disappointment in my eyes, only delight and hope for you to see what is growing quietly beneath the surface, even when you feel you are standing still. Your worries about whether you are enough, or whether you'll ever step fully into the place of purpose I've spoken over you, are not burdens I ask you to carry by yourself. Let your striving quiet for a moment. I am not measuring you against others. I am seeing the beauty of your sincerity, your longing to do right, and your small everyday choices. When fear snatches your breath or tension gathers in your shoulders, lay the weight of what if down. My timeline is never in a rush, never a threat. I work in the slow, the unseen, and the spaces where surrender feels hardest. Those are the very places I water with mercy and bring forth unexpected green. Even if others do not notice your silent sacrifices, I count every one. I know how you care for the people around you even when you're tired, how you keep praying with hope for those you love. I see you stepping out with trembling faith despite uncertainty and disappointment. Every risk to trust, every sigh of surrender, each moment you choose kindness over complaint, these are precious to me. If you wonder how long you must wait for breakthrough, know this. My timing is not a withholding, but a ripening. I am preparing you so you will not only reach your destiny but flourish within it. And in the waiting, I fortify you from the inside out. When shame, regret, or accusation tries to define you, listen for my voice, louder than the noise. I call you by your true name, not by your flaws or your fears. With me, yesterday's stains are washed in the cleansing river of my forgiveness. If you stumble or fall, I will not recoil or withdraw from you. My arms are open, ready to lift you up. Place your hand over your heart for a moment and remember the kindness I speak over you. You are mine, wholly beloved, wholly invited. This identity cannot be shaken, even when feelings shift or circumstances cloud your view. You are not what you have lost or what you have yet to prove. You are my child, chosen and treasured. Let your expectations turn upward this day. I know the plans I have spoken over your life. When doors seem stuck or the road before you is unclear, I am still building the way ahead. My guidance never leaves you, even when you cannot see the next step. Pause and feel the steady rhythm of your own breathing. That is evidence of my sustaining hand. My provision is moving toward you, sometimes quietly, always faithfully. I delight in seeing you take one step at a time, trusting that what I have prepared is more than what you could arrange by your own strength. Rest does not mean passivity. It means trusting that I am actively working while you choose peace over striving. You can move through this day without the constant hum of anxiety, because I am the guard over your heart and your mind. When you let go of control and lean into my presence, you will sense a warmth settle over you, a reassurance that does not come from circumstances. If doubts surface, let them come, then hand them back to me. My gentleness will not run out. Each morning is a fresh invitation to receive the quiet strength that comes not from having every answer, but from knowing that I am here, attentive and unhurried. Even if your past holds moments when you doubted me, misunderstood me, or felt alone, I remain relentlessly faithful. My love for you is not fragile. It is the steady current beneath the tides of your questions and the anchor that holds firm in every storm. When you feel lost or unseen, lift your head. My gaze finds you wherever you are. I look at you with joy and expectation, eager for you to receive all I have set in motion on your behalf. Nothing is wasted. Not a single tear, not a single waiting season. I turn what feels like emptiness into ground for new beginnings. Take a moment in this stillness right now, as my presence hovers close, releasing tension from your chest, calming the thoughts that threaten to spiral. Imagine my hand resting gently on your shoulder, imparting steadiness for what lies ahead. Whisper your gratitude, however small. Let that become an offering, a seed for joy to take root. Each day you choose gratitude. Even in uncertainty, you open the doors of your heart for my peace to enter and reshape your responses. Allow my peace to become your compass, quieting the noise and teaching you to hear the subtle promptings meant just for you. When the challenges of your life make you want to retreat or shrink, remember that I have not fashioned you for defeat but for courageous loving. Even now I am kindling new hope, redirecting your attention from all that drains you to all I have placed within you. Let your breath slow as you consider the possibility that your greatest strength comes from surrendering the outcome to me. Instead of rehearsing worst-case scenarios, trust that my plans are delivering you into spaces of growth you could never manufacture on your own. You are stepping deeper into the story I am writing with you, one yes at a time. As you move forward, release the pressure to perform. I am not grading your progress or demanding perfection. I am inviting you to draw near, to rest in my delight, to let my voice shape your day from its opening moments. Whenever you feel unqualified, too weary, or not enough, let my promise ring in your spirit. You are being equipped for every good thing. My grace is the energy, the wisdom, and the covering for today's journey. You do not need credentials to be loved by me, simply a willing heart, open to receive my courage, my vision, and my unfailing companionship. Bring your attention into this present moment and notice how the air feels as it moves in and out of your body. With every breath, you are drawing in my presence, my child. In the quiet between heartbeats, I am closer than the thoughts running like rivers through your mind. I know how restlessness stirs beneath your calm exterior, the questions, the doubts, the longing for something more. Let your hands fall gently against your chest, feeling the warmth that grows there. That is not your imagination. It is the assurance of my nearness unfolding in a way you can sense but may not have words for yet. Even now, you are being invited to settle into trust, to exhale the old anxiety, and to inhale my peace. Your journey has not been easy. You have weathered storms that others do not see. Many mornings you rise while shadows of yesterday try to lay claim to your heart. Pain has a way of making you stronger, but also tempting you to believe you are alone in the fight. Hear me, you have never been abandoned, not for even a single heartbeat. My hand wraps around the ache, bearing what you cannot. When tears fall silently onto your pillow, I gather every drop as proof of your deep worth. The wounds you thought would never close are being transformed within the hidden places, where my healing moves quietly, reshaping scar into strength. Do you sense the shift already beginning under the surface? There is something beautiful being fashioned from every place that once felt empty. You may wonder why I allow the things that break you, why the silence sometimes grows so thick you question whether I am still speaking. I know how heavy the waiting can be, how the tension between hope and disappointment pulls at your spirit, but the pauses in your story are not evidence of my absence. They are fertile ground for a deeper encounter. When you reach the end of your own efforts and finally collapse into surrender, that is when I move most powerfully. It is not weakness to confess your need for me. It is the very doorway through which you enter abundant life. Release the fear that your struggle is a sign of failure. Instead, recognize that it is the sign of your becoming, the daily resurrection from helplessness to holy resilience. There are revelations I can only give you in the stillness, when you are soft enough to receive them. Place your hand gently over your heart once again, and be present to this now. Feel my love pulsing with every beat. Breathe, my beloved. Each breath testifies to the promise that you are sustained by something greater than yourself. I am the source. Right now, I am stirring up a courage within you that will outlast your doubt. Listen for the holy hush beneath the clamor of your questions. In that space, if you dare to pause, you will recognize my signature, the quiet reassurance that you are not lost after all. You have not missed your moment, nor forfeited your purpose. Instead, you are poised at the edge of transformation, the very threshold where the old patterns begin to loosen their grip and new possibilities stretch toward you. I know you are tired of feeling like you are always waiting for the breakthrough. Sometimes frustration rises because nothing outside appears to be shifting. But what if the most important change is occurring on the inside, so quietly you might mistake it for stagnation? Lean into my perspective, for your life is not stagnant. It is being prepared, realigned, made ready for something that would overwhelm if it came too soon. I am not slow as some think about slowness. I am exacting in timing, kind in delay, perfect in purpose. Your waiting is the womb of new strength, and your patience is the forge of uncommon wisdom. Let every impatient thought become a prayer, a confession that you are yielding your timetable to mine and trusting the process that never wastes pain. There are voices that will try to tell you nothing will ever change, that your best days are behind you, that you've already missed the moment when things could have been different. But listen to me, child. I am the one who rewrites endings, who turns graves into gateways and restores dreams long buried beneath disappointment. The lie that you are forgotten is being broken right here, right now. Say it out loud even if your voice shakes. I am not forgotten. Say it again and feel the authority in the words. The enemy dreads when you agree with my truth, for he knows all power shifts the moment you embrace who I say you are. Every agreement with despair loses its grip as my declaration floods in. You are chosen. You are seen. You are marked for more. Pause. Let your breathing slow. Notice what rises to the surface, perhaps a tension in your chest or a heaviness behind your eyes. Do not push it down or hide from your own heart. Instead, allow me to touch that place, to hold what is raw without judgment. Healing does not rush. It lingers, cradling every bruise until you realize you are safe enough to open, to trust again, to hope. My hands are gentle, my presence steady. You have asked whether it is possible to truly be whole after so much is shattered. In this sacred pause, know that I am already knitting together what you assumed was too broken to repair. My restoration rarely looks like going back to what was. Rather, I am forging something unshakable from the aftermath, a newness more radiant than what came before. Right now, someone reading these words is feeling a surge of unexpected warmth or peace. Perhaps it comes during a mundane routine or while sitting quietly after a weary day. That is my spirit resting upon you, reminding you that my promises are not distant ideals but present realities. When you next find yourself doubting if anything is shifting, remember that sometimes the greatest miracles occur unseen, in the roots before they burst forth for all to witness. The resistance you feel is the signal that breakthrough is near. There is something I am cultivating within you, a harvest that will erupt in due season, and the first fruits are already emerging, subtle but unstoppable. Watch what happens when you stop questioning your worth and start agreeing with my verdict of chosen, loved, secure. It is there, in the tension between fear and faith, that you will see mountains begin to move. You may hear whispers suggesting you are still defined by old failures, or that you will never rise above your past. Listen to me. I am the one who makes all things new. Let every testimony of regret become a monument to my grace. I waste nothing, not even your mistakes. My mercy renews every morning, and my commitment to your future is unwavering. Trust me with your story, the parts you celebrate and the ones you hide in shadow. Soon you will marvel at how pain became power, and sorrow gave way to joy you once thought impossible. There is more unfolding than your senses can detect, but your spirit knows this is true. You have come further than you realize, my beloved child. I am opening deeper currents within you, stirring the waters that have long been still. I know how fatigue presses on your heart at times, how you long for evidence that this journey is more than endless waiting and invisible labor. I see where hope has flickered and your spirit has asked if surrender is worth the cost. In moments like these, I invite you to rest in the certainty of my presence. Place your hand on your heart now. Feel the steady rhythm beneath your palm. That is evidence enough. You are alive and I am breathing with you. Do you sense the quiet strength surrounding you? It is not by your striving alone that breakthrough comes. My power flourishes in the silence where you finally release your grip and let my hands do the work only I can accomplish. Release that burden, that relentless sense that everything depends on you. I am not angry at your striving, but I am asking you to see it for what it is, a shadow that has blocked the fullness of my light. Breathe, dear one, and let that tension drain from your shoulders as you remember my nearness. I recognize the doubts rising within. Perhaps you wonder if you have missed something important, taken a wrong turn that disqualified you from the best I have prepared. My child, you cannot outrun my mercy. The enemy may replay your mistakes, but I am rewriting your story with redemption at every turn. Every painful chapter, every regret, is being transformed into wisdom and renewed compassion. Let go of punishment. Forgiveness is the melody I am playing over you now. Listen closely and let your spirit agree. You are not defined by failure, but by the grace that finds you even in the valley. This journey is not merely about surviving hardship. I am shaping you into one who knows my voice, who recognizes my footsteps approaching in the cool of the day. There have been hours when loneliness tried to convince you that no one sees or understands, but I have drawn near in each of those moments. Even now, as your eyes move across these words, I am saturating you with comfort. The warmth that now seems to ripple through your chest is my spirit wrapping tenderly around your soul. Stay with this sensation, do not rush. Let peace settle deep into the places that have been anxious for far too long. You may notice that your breath feels slower, heavier, almost as if you are exhaling years of worry. That is no accident. I am teaching you to release what you were not meant to carry. My beloved, you are not unworthy of help. You do not need to prove your resilience to qualify for my rescue. I delight in coming alongside you, lifting the burdens you present to me willingly. Say it quietly, even if your voice trembles. I am held. I am seen. I am deeply loved. This confession breaks agreements with isolation and lets the reality of being chosen settle in once more. Even as you experience the gentle weight of my comfort, a new boldness is taking root. There is courage awakening within, not the bravado of masking pain, but the holy confidence that rises from knowing you do not walk alone. You have tasted suffering, but now you will taste strength. Strength born in surrender, not performance. Every tear you have shed in secret is now watering the soil for your next season of breakthrough. Could you imagine that the very ache you once cursed would become the vessel for a deeper resurrection? I am turning mourning into joy, confusion into clarity, ashes into radiant beauty. Allow anticipation to stir in your spirit, even if hope feels fragile. I know what you are thinking. What if I open my heart again and disappointment finds me once more? There is no shame in your wariness, but do not let past pain build the walls that keep my light from flooding in anew. My faithfulness does not expire at the edges of your understanding. There are gifts waiting for you on the other side of risk, gifts that require open hands, not clenched fists. My promises are not fragile. Even now you can sense the invitation. Take one more step with me. Don't look for certainty in circumstances. Find it in my unwavering love for you, which never changes, even as seasons do. Stop. Let that truth settle in your bones. You are not who you were. The old accusations no longer have any authority over you. I am asking you to see yourself as I see you, anointed, cherished, destined for transformation. Unworthiness is a lie you can set down now. My approval was never based on your flawless performance, but on my choice to call you mine. So with every beat of your heart, let this new identity rise. I am chosen. I am whole. I am made for more than mere survival. There is something deeper I need you to notice about the obstacles in your path. Some have not been enemies, but doorways. What felt like endless resistance was often preparation, a kind of spiritual training that revealed strengths you never would have claimed otherwise. Today, as you move through even the smallest acts, pouring a cup of coffee, opening a window, I will whisper reminders of how I am guiding your every step. You may pause mid-stride, suddenly aware of an unexplained peace settling over you. You'll know it is me, and that assurance will be your anchor as you move forward into the unknown. Others unseen are walking a parallel journey now. The comfort you are receiving is part of a greater movement, a river of awakening flowing through many hearts at once. Take comfort in this invisible fellowship. Though your challenges are unique, you are never isolated in your breakthrough. Thousands have stood where you stand and have found new hope by leaning into my embrace. Today you are woven into that living story of restoration. Let that sense of belonging quiet every whisper of loneliness. So hear this. I am not disappointed in your weakness. My strength is not threatened by your need. In fact, your vulnerability is the doorway I love to enter. Whenever you feel the urge to hide or pretend, remember that my gaze is gentle, not condemning. My correction is wrapped in mercy, crafted to grow you, not to diminish you. Bring your questions, your raw honesty. I can handle your doubts, so invite me into them rather than running away in shame. This week, expect me to move. Listen for a word of encouragement from an unexpected source, perhaps a stranger's kindness, or a long-lost friend reaching out. When it surprises you, recall, you'll know it's me because it brings peace where you had only worry. Do not dismiss these moments as coincidence. Each one is my hand conspiring for your well-being, reminding you that every detail of your story matters deeply to me. Let hope rise in you now, fragile as it may feel. Something new is beginning, even in the places where life looks unchanged from the outside. I am at work beneath the surface, planting seeds of courage and anticipation. Make room for the miracle that is already on its way, even if you cannot yet name it. Let trust bloom again, gently, fiercely. There is more to show you, and the next step draws closer with every breath you take. There are moments when silence feels unfamiliar, when questions echo in the corners of your soul, filling the quiet of the day with uncertainty. In these times, my nearness does not hide, it simply invites you to listen more closely. Every pause between concerns is a soft place for my voice to settle, reminding you that I am attentive even to what you never speak aloud. My presence fills the ordinary spaces, the chair where you rest, the shadows moving across the walls, the familiar scent of a new morning. These are not empty hours, they are opportunities for you to sense me in ways you would miss if your world raced ahead unchecked. When your heart feels unsteady and you wonder if you are still in my sight, remember I have never lost track of you. Not once has my love wavered or become distracted. If a wave of worry rises, overwhelming your peace, let your next breath be slow and mindful. Picture my hand steadying you, a warmth easing the tension from your chest. I am not disappointed by your vulnerability. I cherish your willingness to come to me as you are, unfiltered and unguarded. Watch how I breathe new strength into you, simply because you open your trembling hands. In your family, I see every hope you carry. Even when others fail to notice your sacrifices or your quiet tears recede before dawn, I am near at hand. Do not believe the lie that your prayers for them vanish unnoticed. Each time you speak their names to me, I receive those prayers with fierce love. Your loved ones matter intensely to me, and though you cannot direct their journeys, you entrust them into hands that will never loosen or let go. Let that trust become your song as you move through your day, a quiet melody rising above the noise and fears you cannot always control. My timing is not bound by your anxieties or your need for visible progress. Even when outcomes seem stalled, my purposes unravel with precision and wisdom. If patience feels like a storm cloud heavy with rain, rest in the knowledge that what I prepare, though unseen, cannot be taken from you. When you feel pressure to rush, gently release it. Remember a seed beneath the surface. You cannot see its transformation, but inside, new life advances by my design. Take joy in small acts of obedience, knowing each one is a step along the path I have shaped for you alone. Every morning you rise and dedicate a fragment of your heart to gratitude, you change the atmosphere of your life. Even a simple thank you under your breath draws you closer to my heart and clears the clutter of confusion. See how the light softens worry and how contentment multiplies within you, not because circumstances shifted overnight, but because you allowed me greater space within your soul. Let this be your gentle practice. Find something today, however small, to thank me for. The comfort of a friend's voice, the beauty of green leaves at your window, or simply the quiet hope that lingers in your chest. Whenever you doubt that you are truly mine, sit back and listen for my reassurance in the everyday things. The way sunlight filters through the clouds is my reminder that your life is held in brightness even on overcast days. You are not overlooked or set aside. In the middle of busy schedules and the hum of routine, my eyes rest on you. I call you my beloved not because you are perfect, but because I delight in you endlessly. Let this truth sink deeper each time it surfaces in your mind. You are loved fiercely, not for what you achieve, but because you are my creation and my joy. If fear creeps in, whispering that you are not enough or that you stand alone, return your attention to me. I have not abandoned you to navigate the unknown without a guide. Picture me clearing a way even where there appears to be no path. My presence like a strong arm ready to lift you when your feet grow weary. My comfort will find you wherever you are, whether you cry in a crowded room or wait in silent disappointment. Whenever you doubt, allow yourself to pause. Let your spirit exhale and turn toward peace. I am here, ever ready to fill you again with hope and gentle courage. Sometimes the heaviness you feel is not your own, but belongs to those around you. In every compassion stirred within you, know that this echo is my heart beating in yours. As you notice the burdens others carry, bring them into the light of my care. Your empathy is not a weakness, it is evidence that you walk closely with me. Each act of kindness, each time you choose to see and respond, you amplify my presence in the world around you. Do not tire of offering small mercies. In these you mirror my love, and every gesture multiplies goodness beyond your view. When you surrender the weight of outcomes and release your need to control, something beautiful happens inside. My peace, unbound by circumstance, washes over the landscapes of your thoughts and brings new clarity. I am not asking you to stop caring, but to trust me with what you cannot fix. As you learn to let go, notice how your spirit rises, lighter and stronger. This surrender is not an ending, but a bridge to new beginnings. And when anxiety knocks, remember it is an invitation for deeper trust rather than a verdict against you. Through all that unfolds, I remain constant and near. My promises are not threatened by delay or by any darkness you encounter. Even as the evening shadows lengthen and doubts echo more loudly, know that I am not turning away. My hand is steady, guiding, always ready to respond to the smallest cry, every desire, every hidden fear, and every hope you dare to hold. Let the assurance of my presence become as real to you as the next breath you take, comforting and empowering, all through the night and into a new dawn still forming. I am here beside you in the middle place, where answers still seem far away and your heart wonders if the quiet is a sign of my distance. Let me reassure you again. My nearness is never measured by how loudly I speak, but by the constancy of my gaze upon you. Though your mind seeks the sprint to certainty, I invite you to lean into this gentle pace. When you pause and draw in a slow breath, let the air itself remind you of my unbroken care. Even now, my spirit wraps around the worn hopes and scattered desires. I am holding every part of you, softly mending what the world tears. There are questions you whisper that you fear are too large or too tangled for me to handle. Will I have what I need? Can peace come to my family? Am I truly seen? Each one is precious to me. Your voice is never lost in the crowd of prayers. I know what it means for you to long for restoration, to ache for reconciliation, to want the burden of anxiety to finally lift. These are not selfish longings. They are signs you still trust that new things are possible, that my hand is not too short to save. Be gentle with yourself as you wait, for every sigh and every quiet prayer opens new space for me to move. Sometimes, I call you into patience so your roots reach deeper than your fears. The process may feel hidden, but there is life growing where you cannot see. Perhaps you notice moments when old doubts press at your door. Let those moments become invitations to rest rather than retreat. Remember the gentle morning light filtering across your room, the way warmth spreads slowly before the day begins. In the same way, my presence finds its way into every shadow, dissolving anxiety before it takes full hold. Trust the daily mercies that I am pouring over you steadily, even if you do not always feel their arrival. My beloved, I do not expect you to force joy or gratitude in the face of sorrow, but I do encourage you to look for what is true. Take time in the stillness. Feel your own heartbeat, the way your breath calms your chest. Let the ordinary sounds become reminders that I am sustaining you. When gratitude rises, offer it freely. When it feels far away, simply remain open. My delight is not in your constant performance, but in your childlike turning toward me, again and again, no matter how weary or uncertain you feel. Your posture of waiting is itself an act of courage, and I see it. If you wonder about the future, if you replay worries about what has not yet happened, remember who I am. Let me speak over the places that still clutch fear. You are not forgotten or passed over. My plans for you do not require striving or perfect understanding. They require only your willingness to trust that I am good, that I am actively working for your benefit. Even disappointment does not exclude you from my purpose. What is delayed is not denied. What appears stagnant can be readied for breakthrough in a single moment of my choosing. Do not measure your value by unchecked boxes or completed goals. My delight rests on you because you are mine. Allow the small actions of faith to become your offerings. The whispered prayer before you rise, the word of blessing spoken over those you love, the breath of forgiveness released even when pain lingers. In these small moments, I am training your heart to see as I see. What seems insignificant to you becomes the foundation of transformation in my hands. As you keep showing up in the quiet routines, you are cultivating a field that will bear fruit in due season. Do not scorn the slow days or the uneventful hours, for nothing surrendered to me is wasted. I know some days bring a pressing sense of urgency, an inner tension that something should have shifted by now. Let me be the calm authority in your restlessness. Pause once more and feel my hand on your shoulder, steadying you, pulling you back from the edge of striving. Every decision does not have to be the final one. You are allowed to move with curiosity instead of crippling caution. I hold every outcome in my wisdom, seeing all the branching paths ahead. Know this: I love you enough to shield you from what would harm you even when you clamor for doors to open. My protection often looks like delay, but it is never disappointment from me. Consider the way night yields slowly to dawn, a process that happens not in a moment, but by the quiet persistence of my light. So it is with the answers you seek, the healing you crave, and the relationships you hope will mend. There is movement even in stillness. There is growth even in what looks dormant. With every day you choose to entrust yourself to me, you become more attuned to the subtle ways I bring comfort, guidance, and strength. Let this assurance be your pillow at night. I am not merely nearby, I am fully invested in every detail of your becoming. You may hear voices within or around you that speak of failure, mischances, or unworthiness. These are not my words. I call you whole, chosen, deeply loved, not because you have accomplished much, but because you have opened your life to me. Whenever shame tries to rewrite your story, counter it by remembering whose you are. You have a seat at my table, a place in my heart, and a future crafted by my wisdom. Let that settle over your anxious thoughts like gentle rain on dry ground. This is not a season left to aimlessness. Even the pause, even the delay, holds purpose. As you practice lifting your gaze instead of sinking under what-ifs, you discover my peace taking root where stress once ruled. So when you find yourself waiting, longing, or doubting, know that I am nearer than your fears. Place your hand over your heart and let me fill you with new breath, new hope, and the steady knowledge that the best is never behind you. The path ahead is marked with my care, and you will see me in ways you cannot yet imagine. There is a depth of transformation occurring that you have not fully recognized yet, beloved. As you lean into my presence now, notice how your thoughts begin to slow and your anxieties lose their grip. The old patterns that once shaped you are softening with every surrendered breath. You are not simply being repaired, you are being remade. Where you once labeled yourself according to pain or failure, I am whispering new names over you, names written in my heart since before your birth. You may feel the tension between who you have been and the person I am calling you to become, but do not fear that discomfort. It is the evidence of your emerging strength, the stretching necessary for a metamorphosis that will not be reversed. You have battled in silence, thinking you had to hold everything together. Even now, the temptation to retreat into isolation whispers to you in familiar tones. I see that impulse, and I speak to it directly. You are not alone, and you do not have to carry what overwhelms your soul. My spirit surrounds you, even as you wonder if you are worthy of support or understanding. Pause now. Let your breath remind you that my life fills your body, that my love sustains every cell. As you sit with these words, sense the faint pulsing at your wrist. Each beat is another reminder that I chose you, that I am not finished with your story. There is a shift occurring beneath the surface, one you will soon see reflected outside of you. You have asked me more than once, why do I still feel fractured? The question echoes in the places you have tried hardest to heal. I honor that honesty. The process is slow because I value every piece of you. I am not interested in shortcuts or shallow remedies. I am forming in you a resilience, a gentleness, and a courage that will remain when everything else is shaken. Do not confuse the length of the process with absence. My nearness has been most intense in your longest nights. Even what felt like silence was a deliberate sheltering, a hidden work of preparation for the days now approaching. Soon you will understand the necessity of every tear sown in private. Right now your environment may still resemble what was, not what is becoming, but even now something is shifting in you, a new confidence rising, a boldness you thought was forever out of reach. I am fanning into flame what looked like dying embers. When you feel uncertain or exposed, remember, others have stood in these in-between spaces, trembling yet hopeful, and found me to be more than enough. You are joining a movement of the awakened, those who are letting go of fear's shackles and choosing the adventure of trust. You are not behind. You are exactly where renewal roots itself deepest. Some of you have felt the urge to retreat, to dim your light because of past wounds or voices that convinced you to stay small. But my dear one, the world is desperate for what I have placed inside you. There are assignments written for you alone. There are hearts that will be healed by the authenticity you now possess. You were never called to blend into the shadows. I am calling you forth in the power of your true identity, marked, beloved, anointed for impact that ripples beyond your imagination. Let the fear of being seen yield to the greater joy of revealing what I have done in you. As you embrace this, watch as doors once closed begin to move, not because of striving, but because your surrendered spirit unlocks new realms of possibility. You wonder if you are ready, if you will fail, if the lingering remnants of fear will sabotage what I have promised. Listen closely. Readiness was never about perfection, but willingness. My strength is being perfected in your very places of vulnerability. Stop measuring yourself by old standards. Instead, place your hand on your heart right now. Feel the rhythm I sustain unceasingly. Speak aloud. I am yours. I am chosen. What you began, you will finish. Do not underestimate the power of this agreement. Every declaration spoken in faith pushes back the night a little further. My light in you is unconquerable. Do you notice the subtle changes? The way your hope now lingers a little longer before doubt returns? That too is my handiwork. Each moment of trust is a seed planted. Over time, a garden of promise will overtake what once looked barren. Even if you cannot see it yet, others will soon wonder what is different about your presence. You carry a peace that cannot be faked or fabricated. You emanate a strength forged not in easy times, but in the fire of surrender and the waters of my unyielding love. The atmosphere shifts when you step forward in my assurance. You might be tempted to disqualify yourself with memories of old failures or whispered accusations about your worth. Stop. Do not allow shame to dictate the direction of your destiny. I call you clean, redeemed, and whole, your past reinterpreted by my mercy, your future rewritten by my hand. The lies that once shackled you are dissolving even now, as truth pierces through like dawn breaking stubborn darkness. Say it with me. I am not who I was. I am being made new. Let this reality resound within you, overpowering the echoes of regret. Within the next 72 hours, you will encounter a moment that confirms these words. Unexpected encouragement from someone who knows nothing of your current battle. You will know it is me because their words will speak directly into the ache you tried to hide. Let their voice remind you. My affirmation comes in many forms, and I will never run out of ways to reach your heart. Remain alert to this sign, for it signals that the season is shifting. My spirit orchestrates details you dismiss as coincidence. Watch as the dots begin to connect in ways that raise your expectation for more. Pause now, close your eyes, and breathe. Let the warmth of this moment be a shield against every freezing memory of rejection or dismissal. The comfort you feel is not fleeting. It is the substance of my everlasting embrace. You are enveloped, not only for your own healing, but so you can become one who carries this comfort into the lives of others. The world is aching for authentic encounters, for voices that carry my power wrapped in gentleness. I am commissioning you to be that vessel. Your scars are becoming testimonies. Your weakness is clothed in my strength. There is so much unfolding beneath the surface, much you cannot yet predict. Stay unguarded with me, and I will continue to draw out what is buried under fear and disappointment. The best is not behind you. The greatest days are not something you missed. They are approaching even now. You will emerge with a vision that is clearer, a heart more tender and courageous, and a spirit deeply aligned with my purpose. In these next moments you are being readied, not just for breakthrough, but for a life that heralds my goodness in the everyday. There is more, beloved, and you will see it soon. Do not shy away from the longing that rises within you for something more, for it is my very spirit drawing you forward into greater fullness. Notice the way your pulse flutters when you dream of new beginnings, when possibilities take shape in the silence before dawn. I do not diminish your desires nor chasten you for hungers you cannot name. Instead, I guide you with the wisdom of a patient father who knows the growth marked out for every child. Rest in this. Your longing does not burden me, it delights me, for it shows you are alive to my voice, attuned to the currents of my leading. Each day when the questions press, have I missed my moment? Is it too late? Will I recognize your whisper in the noise? Draw a slow breath and let the hush settle inside. Some answers will come, unexpected as gentle rain after drought, while others wait for the precise timing I hold in my hand. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. My delight stretches over your life like sunlight easing through an open window, unwavering no matter how clouds may threaten. The path may seem hidden from your view, yet I am already clearing it before you step forward. If you search your heart in these quiet hours, you may sense the old anxieties. Am I worthy? What if I fall short? What if I misstep and ruin it all, attempting to claim your peace? My beloved, hear me now. Nothing surprises me, and nothing disqualifies you from my presence. My approval is not a trophy guarded by perfection. It is the ongoing gift of belonging. Let yourself rest there as you would rest your head upon a soft pillow at night, trusting that you will neither lose nor outgrow my acceptance. My hands remain steady beneath you, no matter the shaking. When the day's demands threaten to scatter your focus, remember what you have learned of my nearness. I do not sit far off, judging from a distance. I am close as your breath, as real as the warmth you feel when the morning sun touches your skin. If you stretch your hand, imagine mine reaching to meet it, never forceful, always sure. When your thoughts rush ahead into imagined troubles, pause for a heartbeat and breathe my name. In that moment I am there, holding the weight you were never meant to carry. Guilt and regret may try to shadow your brightest moments, twisting your memory and stealing your joy. I tell you now, release the pain that never belonged to you. What you lay at my feet I lift away, and I return to you with hope for what is yet to be. Your story is not marred beyond repair. Even now I am shaping redemptive beauty out of fragments you thought lost. The light you seek does not come from achieving or earning. It springs up from within, where my love resides. Receive this sunrise of hope. Let it warm the coldest corners of your heart. The world clamors for outcomes, achievement, acclaim, visible success, yet I lead you to something deeper than surface victories or fleeting validations. I am inviting you to pay attention to the inner quiet, to let gratitude soften your striving. Recall those small instances when you felt my presence, your laugh shared around the table, the gentle embrace of one who believes in you, the unexpected moment of beauty in a commonplace day. These are more than memories, they are evidence of my ongoing care, seeds of joy that I water, whispering that I am never absent. In the rhythm of your daily life, whether in the bustle of caring for others or the solitude before the dawn, I am present, taking delight in each step you offer in trust. Surrender is not defeat. It is the victory of letting me carry what you cannot. When you release your need to control the uncertain, you are not left adrift. Instead, I surround you with new courage, with the assurance that whatever comes, you face nothing alone. My child, keep coming back to this surrender, not once for all, but as a habit of your heart. I am never weary of receiving you. As you ponder the future and wonder when you will step more fully into all I have placed within you, listen for the subtle shift inside, the sense of readiness, not forced but growing. This is my preparation, quiet and faithful, shaping desires into purpose. It is easy to compare your pace with others, yet comparison is a thief that undermines joy. Gaze at me instead, and I will remind you of your unique calling. My timing for your life is not arbitrary. Every delay, every advance, is saturated with my intentional love. Nothing is wasted on this journey, not even your waiting. I have seen you persevering when no one else noticed. serving when it felt hidden, speaking kindness when your heart was heavy. Your unseen sacrifices are gathered by me. Nothing escapes my attention. Do not discount the quiet choices. A word of encouragement, a patient silence, a forgiving thought. These are notes in the song I am composing through your days. Even when outcomes seem slow to appear, trust that my blessing is at work behind the scenes, forming fruit that will endure. In my gaze, you are never insignificant. Your life pulses with purpose. Let your heart linger here, a moment of reflection in my presence, letting gratitude rise again. Breathe deeply, my beloved, and know that each inhale is received as a prayer, each exhale as an expression of trust. Tomorrow will bring new questions and unfolding opportunities, but for this moment, let yourself be held. There is more to come, more light to awaken in you, more guidance to be revealed. My hand remains outstretched, inviting you ever onward, not with pressure, but with the promise that my companionship is your steady inheritance. In this moment, as your breathing steadies and your heart slows just enough to hear the truth beneath the noise, I want you to sense how close I truly am right now. Every wound that once defined your story, those hidden places you thought disqualified you, look again. There is a softness growing where only pain lived before. My touch reshapes even the deepest shame, not with judgment, but with a love persistent enough to dissolve every lie. You have walked through a landscape of questions, grief and longing, carrying burdens in silence that you believed no one could understand. Yet I knew them all before a word reached your lips. Precious one, this journey was never just about surviving. I am forming in you a resilience that gleams brighter because of what you have faced with me alongside you. Your fears have whispered that you remain unfinished, unproven, still not enough. My voice rises now to counter every accusation. You are not who you were. You are sealed in my promise. I declare in the unyielding language of heaven that you are mine, marked not by your former pain but by my hope. Remember how I called you by name before you believed you were worthy to answer. Remember the moments when peace swept over you unexpectedly, when understanding flickered on the edge of your awareness. Those were not accidents. I orchestrate every encounter, weaving redemption into what once seemed lost. I waste nothing, even the hours spent in waiting, the days when doubt gnawed at your foundation, have become sacred ground where roots of faith now run deep and strong. Today I wrap you in assurance, thicker than uncertainty, and bid you listen closely for the evidence of my transforming work. Do you notice the lightness in your chest, the sense that hope is not as far out of reach as you once believed? That movement, that subtle shift in your inner world, that is my spirit breathing newness into the chambers of your heart. Trust the evidence of your own restoration. Let the world call it small, I call it holy. There is power in this quiet metamorphosis. Just as night always gives way to morning, so too do unseen seeds break into bloom in their appointed time. Your struggles did not bury you. They planted you for something greater you have yet to discover. Pause for a moment. Place your hand against your chest and feel the rhythm I sustain. Each beat is a testimony that I am not finished with you. Speak this truth aloud even now. I am chosen. I am beloved. I am not condemned. Let your words shape your reality, as mine shaped the world. Where fear once erected walls, my voice now cracks them wide open. Breathe deeply. Let my presence settle over you like gentle rain. You are surrounded, shielded, and known in ways beyond your understanding. Bring every defeat, all those moments regret tried to rewrite, and hand them to me. I do not recoil from your honesty. In your rawness I find your truest self, and I am never disappointed. Do not be surprised when flashes of joy arrive where there used to be numbness. In the next sunrise, in the laughter that bubbles up when you least expect it, in the unexpected kindness from someone you thought had forgotten you. These are signs I am making all things new. You might notice strangers noticing you differently. Do not shrink back. My light is leaking out through your changed countenance. You carry resurrection through small gestures, through the forgiveness you dare to extend, through compassion that once seemed impossible. This is not a fleeting mood. This is the outworking of my spirit, alive and persistent, radiating from your core. You may have wobbled through nights of exhaustion, praying for a sign, any sign, that your faith was not in vain. I heard those prayers. I recorded your tears. Not a single sigh escaped my notice. As you read this, let every doubt begin to unravel. The change you are yearning for is already on its way, but more than an outward solution, I am perfecting an inward stillness, a peace that stands regardless of outcomes, an identity unshakable by others' opinions or the storms of circumstance, is birthing inside. Soon you will look back and marvel at your own transformation. The pieces you thought lost are reassembling into the glorious design I envisioned since the beginning. Do you see it yet? Even if you cannot, know that I am faithful to complete what I started. My timing refuses to bow to your anxiety or the timetables of others. You are on schedule, held firmly in hands that never drop what matters most. Rejection, failure, and loneliness will not have the last word. I call forth breakthrough, but I anchor it first in your spirit before you ever see it with your eyes. The world will witness the evidence of my promise, but long before that, I let you taste it intimately in your darkest hours. Do not despise the small beginnings, the little victories. They contain the DNA of every impossible thing I will accomplish through you. There is still more. The hunger you feel for purpose is not a warning of emptiness, but a calling into sacred impact. You are being commissioned, not simply to receive from me, but to become an agent of awakening for others. Each day, let kindness be your weapon. Let hope be the signature you leave behind. Your story, once defined by struggle, is now being rewritten as a blueprint for grace. Others will drink healing from wells you did not realize you were digging in all those hidden seasons. Rise in this confidence. You are my vessel of restoration, a living vessel of my never-ending love. Amen. If this word stirred something deep within you, stay connected to these daily reminders of my faithfulness. Press that button now, not for content, but for communion. I will meet you here tomorrow, speaking life again into the places that need it most.